Teddy Feinberg here, no Brook Stockburger for our weekly show. It's a little weird not having someone next to me to yell at, but I'll just have to make do with the show going solo today. We want to still discuss local sports, the burning questions, so let's get right to it. First question we want to address, or first issue we want to address, is New Mexico State football joining the Sun Belt. Obviously, my interpretation, positive move for the Aggies. They need a football conference. They can't play independent football forever. The Sun Belt is a league they were in at a time under head coach Tony Samuel, and they actually had some football success while they were in the Sun Belt. It's a league they can compete in. It's a Division I league. Again, it gives them some stability from a scheduling standpoint, from a competitive standpoint. Good move, even though I like the 2013 independent schedule, not sustainable. Obviously, one of the questions that ties into the Sun Belt is what happens with the Aggie Olympic sports, or non-football sports, because they desperately need a home for that. The WAC is, how do I put it, it's bad. As long as the WAC is a conference, I think the Aggies will be in it. From a competitive standpoint, no, it's not top-notch. Missouri, Kansas City, Texas Pan American, Chicago State, Grand Canyon, the list goes on. Seattle and Idaho, former WAC members, are still in it. But it's still a league. It still has NCAA automatic qualifying berths, which is important for NMSU. They're a little too isolated, or a little too far out. Isolated is the wrong word, but they don't fit into the Sun Belt's geographic footprint, as Carl Benson likes to say. Sun Belt presidents probably don't want to fly their volleyball teams, their women's basketball teams out here. There's some other possibilities. The Missouri Valley Conference has been kicked around, Big West, kind of the same deal. Those leagues are more clustered, they're more geographical. The Aggies don't really fit into that. I will say this, Aggies have to pick up their level of play on the football field, earn some respect in that sport. You do that, then you might become a little more marketable to other leagues. You're already in the Sun Belt, you get your foot in the door, maybe they're willing to come out here, or maybe then you can hold the trump card, you go to some bowl games, you make your... Big if. Aggies haven't been to a bowl game since 1960, so they have to pick up their level of play and earn some respect in that area. Aggie basketball went to their third NCAA tournament in 4 years. Big ups to them. Unfortunately, when they got there, they got beaten soundly by St. Louis. Next step for this program is to get to the NCAA tournament and at least play a respectable game. They didn't. 3 years ago, 4 years ago, they did against Michigan State. Last year, they got beat soundly by Indiana. This year, St. Louis was on another level. Aggies need to keep taking steps forward, making some noise. We see it all the time in the NCAA tournament. Florida Gulf Coast, LaSalle, these are 13 seeds, 15 seeds that are moving on. Aggies need to take the next step. I think they'll be back next year. WAC is weak. Let's see them do that. Some topic of conversation came up after they go to the NCAA tournament that head coach Marvin Menzies might be on the move. He goes to Texas Tech. He speaks with their chancellor. Kind of a bizarre story. He makes it sound like in the paper he is a consultant or on the search committee for Texas Tech to help hire head coach. Doesn't make a lot of sense. I do think what happened likely is Tech sees 3 tournaments in 4 years. Absolutely, give the guy a look. I think that he has earned that. He has warranted that. I do think in order for Coach Menzies to move up the ladder, the Aggies do have to take the next step. Again, advancing in the tournament, playing better against UNM and UTEP, increasing their record against them. You know, he can't control what conference they play in, obviously, but they still need to do some peripheral things better, which includes success in the postseason, and then I think he's going to get a legitimate look. We do want to discuss Aggie baseball. Unbelievable story here. I went to their game on Sunday. They kicked the ball around for 9 innings. They commit 3 errors. Really could have been 4 or 5. They look bad against Texas State. I say to myself, there's no way they're going to beat Texas Tech, who they play on Monday. Sure enough, they do have a walk-off base hit from Tanner Russ. They win 7-6. Hopefully it propels them to great things. They go to Cal State Bakersfield, who's been playing well in the WAC. Aggies have a 3-game series with them on the road this weekend. Something to keep an eye on. Aggie softball is at Utah State. Also want to address high school baseball and softball. On the high school baseball ranks, Mayfield and Cruces look a little down. Gadsden is young. Alamogordo, I must confess I don't have a wealth of knowledge about them. Oñate baseball is the favorite in District 3-5A. That's what I will say. They have a good team. David Reyes, former Aggie, Deming, New Mexico native, good head coach. Think they're going to be in the mix. On the girls softball side, it's interesting. Mayfield and Cruces have some veteran teams. Oñate's gotten off to a good start. Alamo, slow start, but they were good last year. Gadsden was also competitive last year too, so I think it's going to be an interesting district race there. I probably would lean towards Cruces High, but nothing is etched in stone. Talked for 5 minutes, felt like 15. Thanks for joining me at Sun News Facebook, at Teddy Feinberg on Twitter. Check it out as always. Have a great day.